Actually, there was a lot of people who were asking for the information, and it was very difficult to provide the information to the individuals. So we thought, if we have the medium available, why not use the medium and go to the wider community, go to the masses instead of individuals. So that was obviously one innovative idea which we came up with, and we started live broadcasting ourselves with the information that required and the authentic information. For that we use Facebook live messages. We used WhatsApp groups. So whatever the information was coming to us, we were broadcasting it on Facebook and WhatsApp. Yeah.
How did your organization establish the linkages with victims' families?
It was a very important. It was. Can you ask the question again?
Okay, may I pause? When you're asking, so the question is how your organization communicated with the victim families.
Yep.
So if you can amend the question, saying victims were the most important aspect at that time.
Yep.
How did you coordinate it with the victim families?
Okay.
We will not be able to remember. It's okay. Will you be able to remember?
I can somewhat remember.
Yeah, okay, just ask the question.
Okay. How did your organization establish the linkages with victims' families?
Oh, I went blank. Your question is there. Let me. Yeah. It was. The most important thing was to actually establish the linkages with the family. And why was that? That there were so many calls made to us. There were so many people asking for the information, and there was even with the victim family, there were so many people who were who wanted to have the information. And we don't want the information to be second hand or the third hand to the actual next of kin. So what we have done is we started creating a database. That was very important because we knew if we have the database, then the support we are going to give more than the other than the information that is very critical for that. So what we have done is that we started asking the questions that who are you and why are you asking this question and why are you wanting this information? Are you a next of kin? So this has actually helped us to filter and reach to the right next of the kin person, and we knew exactly who is the person who we should engage with. So in terms of all the victims we had an authentic data. We have created an authentic database which has their mothers and their parents' names, their sibling names, if they are married, their wives and their kids' names and their ages and all that. So that database has helped us to make to realize that what sort of information is required and who is the actual person needs the information.
क्वेश्चन आंसर थोड़ा लंबा है. इसको अगर हम यूं कह सकते हैं, we create a database that included the personal details of the victim and the victim family, so we could have cross-checked whether they were next of the kin.
Okay.
And also वो जो
how we ठीक हो गया
authentication है वो High Commission कभी
so we created a database, and the reason for creating the database is that number one, that we are talking to the right persons, and number two is that there was we were seeing that there is more support required for the community or the victim's family in future as well. So we know exactly who we are talking to, who are they, are the victims' families, and what are their relationship with the victims themselves. And then we authenticated that information or that database with the High Commission of Pakistan to make sure that the information we have is authentic information.
Okay. What was the emotion when you were broadcasting the live video of Imam naming the Shuddha?
I'd say the martyrs. You say this deceased, the naming the deceased.
Okay.
So if you can repeat the question.
Yeah. What was the emotion when you were broadcasting the live video of the naming of the deceased?
Oh, I can't explain that. We have waited almost 36 hours, and I still remember one asking me, a relative asking me, tell me what has happened to my son. I'm even ready to learn that my son is not no more in this world, and that has given me